Have you ever noticed how a woman can walk into a room, say nothing at all, and still capture everyone's attention without even trying? It's not always about what you think it is. It's not necessarily the dress that reveals the most skin or the heels that make the most noise. Sometimes it's the smallest, most unexpected elements of her outfit that quietly drive men wild. And here's the surprising part. Most women don't even realize they're doing it. There's this belief floating around that to grab a guy's attention, you have to look like you've just stepped off the cover of a fashion magazine, with perfect hair, flawless makeup, and every accessory carefully placed, almost as though you hired a stylist just to pick out your outfit for a simple coffee run. Sure, that level of polish might earn you a compliment or two, but it's not what really grabs a man's attention and makes him remember you. What truly gets under a man's skin in the best possible way is effortless style. It's the kind of style that makes it look like you didn't try too hard, but somehow everything about your look just works. That's the magic. Effortless style is the art of appearing like you didn't dress to impress, even though deep down you absolutely did. And trust me, he knows that. But here's the thing, he doesn't mind. In fact, that's what makes it so alluring. When a woman enters a room and she's clearly put together but doesn't scream for attention, it sends a powerful message. It shows that she has taste, confidence, and most importantly, she's not dressing to gain approval. She's dressing for herself, and that is incredibly attractive. Men notice confidence long before they even notice the color of your dress. It's in the way you walk, the way you stand, and how comfortable you are in your own skin. A woman who owns her look, even if it's just jeans, a tank top, and a touch of lip balm, has this magnetic quality. What she's wearing isn't shouting for attention, it's not loud or desperate, and it doesn't need validation from others. And that kind of ease is rare. That's where the magic lies. When a man sees a woman who nails this balance, it gets under his skin in a good way. He starts wondering, who is she? Where is she headed? Does she dress like this every day, or is this just her Tuesday energy? She stands out, but not in a flashy, look at me way. It's more of a, I can't quite put my finger on why she looks so good, but I can't stop staring kind of vibe. And once that happens, she's already got his attention. Here's the deeper part that most people miss. Effortless style isn't just about the clothes. It's about the energy. A woman who feels comfortable in what she's wearing radiates a different vibe. She's not constantly adjusting her outfit or checking her reflection, nor is she asking everyone around her if she looks okay. That level of ease sends a message. I like how I look, and I'm here to enjoy myself. That's the kind of confidence that makes men lean in. There's something undeniably attractive about a woman who isn't chasing attention, but still manages to get it. The truth is, men aren't looking for perfection. What they're drawn to is presence. They're attracted to that cool, grounded, feminine energy that says, I know who I am. You don't need the trendiest outfit or the most expensive handbag to turn heads. What you need is alignment between how you look and who you truly are. That's where genuine attraction comes from. And authenticity is rare. It cuts through all the noise. Effortless style is more than just fashion. It's an attitude. It's the decision to show up as yourself with just enough polish to highlight your best qualities, but not so much that you lose the real you beneath the surface. When a man notices that, it registers with him on a deeper level. He might not even be able to explain why, but he feels it. It's the kind of impression that stays with him long after the moment has passed. And that's the goal. Not just to be noticed, but to be remembered. There's something powerful about what's left unseen. A woman can walk into a room fully dressed and still steal every man's attention. Not by showing it all, but by revealing just enough to spark curiosity. Here's what most people don't talk about. It's not how much skin you show, but where and how you show it. that really makes the difference. There's a psychological game happening here. When done correctly, it can quietly drive men wild. Men are visual creatures, yes, but what truly holds their attention isn't total exposure. It's mystery. When a woman knows how to balance allure and elegance, it strikes a chord. It's like offering a glimpse of the trailer instead of the full movie. Just enough to make them lean in, just enough to let their imagination take over. Because once a man's imagination is engaged, that's where the desire begins. Think about it. A bare shoulder, a hint of your back as you pull your hair up, the soft skin at the base of your neck. These aren't big gestures, but they have so much power. It's not about flaunting everything you've got. It's about highlighting just one beautiful detail and letting it speak for itself. When you do that, you're not just revealing skin. You're sending a message, a subtle, confident, feminine message that says, I know exactly what I'm doing. And don't think this is just about physical attraction. It goes much deeper than that. It's about what that subtlety communicates on an emotional level. When a man sees a woman who dresses with intention, who knows how to hint at her sensuality without putting it all out there, he sees someone who doesn't need to prove anything. She's not trying to impress anyone. She's not fishing for compliments. She's in control of her image. And that is incredibly attractive. There's also something incredibly powerful about restraint. When a woman isn't showing everything, she's making a deliberate choice. She's choosing to leave something to the imagination, to give someone a reason to wonder, to ask questions. And when a man is left wondering, that's when he becomes invested. That's when he starts thinking about her, long after she's gone. Not because he saw everything, but because he didn't. That little bit of mystery creates a gap, and our brains are wired to want to fill it. Here's the interesting part. When you reveal too much too soon, it can feel like there's nothing left to discover. As harsh as it sounds, it's the truth. Visual overload can create an initial spike of interest, but that fades quickly. It's like revealing the ending of a book before anyone's even opened it. But when you're selective, when you show just enough to keep things intriguing, you create the kind of slow burn that sticks. That's what unforgettable attraction is made of. And no, this doesn't mean you have to dress conservatively or shy away from being sexy. Being sexy is great, but sexy isn't about being half naked. Sexy is about how you move, how you wear what you wear, how you carry yourself. You can walk into a room wearing an oversized sweater that falls off one shoulder and still be more irresistible than someone in a skin-tight mini dress. Why? Because your energy is saying, I'm comfortable, I'm confident, and I know I look good, even if I'm not trying to prove it to anyone. A lot of women underestimate the power of subtlety. It doesn't always get the loudest reaction, but here's the truth. Lasting attraction doesn't come from loud reactions. It comes from moments that resonate, the kind of moments that stick with someone and echo in their mind when they least expect it. The moment when a man catches a glimpse of something, a collarbone, the soft curve of your waist, the dip of your lower back, and he can't quite get it out of his head. Not because it was on display, but because it wasn't. Not fully, not obviously. Just enough. Just enough to leave a lasting impression. When you reveal your beauty in layers, when you let someone earn that deeper look, when you give just a taste and hold the rest with quiet confidence, you become unforgettable. You become the woman who doesn't have to scream to be noticed, because your presence is already doing the talking. And the skin you choose to show, it's not just skin. It's a story, one that says, there's so much more to see, but only if you're worth it. There's a silent communication that happens when a woman walks into a room. Before she even speaks, before a single word is exchanged, the way she's put together tells a story. And more often than not, it's not the boldest item she's wearing that grabs a man's attention. It's the small, feminine details, the soft edges, the textures, the way her outfit moves when she does. These are the things most people overlook, but men pick up on them more than they realize. They don't always know why they're drawn in, but they are. There's something disarming about femininity, especially when it's expressed in subtle ways. Think of a silk blouse that catches the light just right, or a soft sweater that looks like it would feel amazing to touch. Maybe it's a delicate gold necklace resting gently on her collarbone, or the way her skirt flows around her legs when she walks. These aren't loud fashion statements, they're whispers, and men hear those whispers. Feminine details speak to a man on an instinctive level. They awaken something protective, curious, even admiring in him. A woman who embraces softness without sacrificing strength creates a contrast that's hard to ignore. It's that perfect blend of grace and confidence that makes him want to lean in closer and pay more attention. Because the way she presents herself is telling him something about her without her having to say a word. It says she's in touch with herself. It says she values beauty in the small things. And it says she moves through life with care. What's fascinating is that this isn't about dressing in a traditionally girly way. It's not about pink frills or fitting into someone else's idea of femininity. It's about expressing your own softness in a way that feels authentic to you. For some women, that might mean wearing a flowy dress. For others, it might be a perfectly fitted tee paired with soft waves in their hair. It's in the way you scent yourself with something warm and welcoming, the effort you put into your nails, your posture, and your voice. These are details of femininity too, and they accumulate. Men are often drawn to the contrast these small touches create. You might be confident, assertive, and fully capable, yet the way you dress still reveals a gentler, more vulnerable side. This contrast is fascinating. It offers a man a glimpse of something deeper, something he instinctively wants to protect and admire. It's not about weakness, it's about being multifaceted. These feminine touches serve as subtle reminders that you don't have to hide your softness to be strong. And here's the interesting part. When a man notices these things, it pulls him emotionally. He may not consciously think, wow, she's wearing an elegant bracelet, but something about it will make him feel a sense of calm, warmth, or invitation. Certain textures and shapes remind him of warmth, grace, and even intimacy. That emotional link can make him feel more connected to you, even in a brief encounter. It's also important to note that men admire attention to detail. It shows intention. A woman who adds a touch of lace to her outfit or selects earrings that match her neckline is signaling, I care about how I present myself. This thoughtfulness carries over into how she might approach other parts of her life, including relationships. It suggests that she values experiences, presence, and making a moment special. These feminine cues don't demand attention, they invite it. And that's what makes them so effective. When a man sees that you've chosen to express your femininity in a way that feels both elegant and true to yourself, he doesn't just see a beautiful woman. He sees someone emotionally aware and comfortable with who she is. And that's a rare beauty. Ultimately, it's not about impressing a man with fashion. It's about embodying the version of yourself that feels most authentic. When you choose to express that through soft, graceful, intentional details, you create an energy that men naturally gravitate toward. It's less about what you wear and more about how you wear it, and how it speaks volumes without needing to say a thing. There are things you wear that others can see, a dress, a smile, a pair of heels. But then there's something far more powerful that no one can see. Your scent. It's invisible, doesn't demand attention, doesn't sparkle under lights or flash in photos, but it leaves a deeper impression than almost anything else. A woman's scent is like a fingerprint. It's hers alone. And when a man picks it up, especially at the right moment, it can affect him more than even the most stunning outfit. Here's what most people don't realize. Scent bypasses logic and goes directly to the emotional part of the brain. It triggers memory, desire, comfort, and even nostalgia, all without needing a word. A woman could walk past a man without ever making eye contact, but if her perfume lingers in the air, he might turn his head. He may not even see her face, but he knows that the scent made him feel something. And once that feeling is tied to someone, it sticks. What's fascinating is how personal scent can be. It's not about having the strongest fragrance in the room. It's about choosing the right one. Something that complements your energy. Something that whispers, not shouts. The most attractive scents are the ones that make a man lean in, not step back. They're warm, inviting, clean, a bit sweet but never overwhelming. It's the kind of scent that says, I know who I am, without needing to announce it. It's in those quiet moments that scent works its true magic. Like when you greet him with a hug, and as you pull away, he can still sense the subtle trace of your scent on his shirt. Or when you toss your hair and just enough fragrance lingers in the air to make him pause mid-sentence. These are the moments men remember later. They might not always say it, but they feel it. They'll go about their day and suddenly catch a whiff of something that reminds them of you. And just like that, you're in their mind again. Scent also creates emotional safety. A warm, comforting fragrance can make a man feel more at ease with you, more drawn to you. When you smell like softness, it lowers his defenses. It's not just about attraction, it's about emotional presence. It makes him want to be close, to stay, to lean in instead of pulling away. That closeness, that emotional magnetism is what keeps someone coming back. Not because you're wearing the flashiest outfit, but because something about you feels like home. Choosing the right scent isn't about picking something trendy off the shelf. It's about finding a fragrance that aligns with who you are. Are you playful, bold, calm, romantic? There's a fragrance for every mood, every energy, and once you find your match, it becomes part of your identity. People won't just say, she smells good. They'll say, that scent reminds me of her. That's when you know you've made a lasting impression. Even the way you wear your fragrance matters, where you apply it, how much you use, how it interacts with your skin. The pulse points, your neck, your wrists, the area behind your ears, are all warm spots where your scent can slowly develop over time. This means that someone sitting next to you won't be overwhelmed all at once. Instead, they'll catch little whiffs of your fragrance throughout the night. It's a slow experience, and as the night progresses, desire builds. There's something intimate about scent because it's so personal. You can admire someone's dress from across the room, but you can only smell them when you're close. That closeness creates a subtle invitation. If you're near enough for me to notice your scent, you're near enough to matter. And that intimacy, when used intentionally, creates real chemistry. The most powerful part about scent is that it lingers long after you've gone, long after the conversation ends, long after the lights are out, long after the evening is over. It stays in his memory, tied to the moment you shared, the moment you laughed, the moment you leaned in, the moment he caught his breath because something about you felt unforgettable. The next time he catches a whiff of something even remotely similar, his mind will take him back to you, whether he wants it to or not. There's a certain type of woman who walks into a room and without saying a word shifts the energy. It's not about what she's wearing, how much it costs, or whether it's on trend. It's something deeper, something you feel before you fully understand it. When it comes to attraction, there's nothing more powerful. Men may notice what a woman wears, but they're captivated by how she wears it. You could be in a fitted power suit, vintage jeans, and a tank top, or a flowing sundress from a boutique no one's heard of. If you wear it with confidence, if you walk like you belong wherever you are, he notices. Because what you're really putting on isn't just clothes, it's self-respect. identity, individuality. That energy is magnetic. Confidence doesn't mean being loud or showy. It's not about being the center of attention. It's quiet, but it's strong. It's the way your shoulders are back, your head is high, and your movements are deliberate. It's the ease in your body language, the relaxed confidence in how you carry yourself. It's the sense that you don't need to be anyone else to be worthy of attention. That kind of presence is rare, and when a man sees it, he feels it immediately. What makes confidence in your style especially attractive is that it speaks to deeper qualities. It tells him, you're not chasing trends to fit in. You're not dressing to be liked. You dress because you like yourself. You know what works for you. You know what makes you feel alive, whether it's powerful, playful, or elegant. Whatever mood you choose to express, you wear your clothes. They don't. But that self-assurance goes far beyond appearance. It hints at how you live, how you love, how you handle life. Here's what often gets misunderstood. Confidence doesn't come from always looking perfect. It comes from accepting yourself, flaws and all, and still choosing to show up with pride. It's when you wear something bold, not to get attention, but because it feels like you. It's when you don't apologize for taking up space, for walking into a room like you have every right to be there. That authenticity is rare, and it's unforgettable. Men don't just admire that kind of woman, they respect her. There's something magnetic about someone who owns their look without apologies. It makes people want to be around them. It's not even about being physically flawless, it's about being emotionally aligned. When you're not second-guessing yourself, when you're not seeking approval, your energy becomes more relaxed and real. That openness makes connection easier. It draws people to you, not just romantically, but emotionally too. You see, the most powerful style isn't the one that follows the rules. It's the one that breaks them when needed. It's personal, expressive, and a declaration that says, this is who I am, take it or leave it. The right man doesn't just accept it, he's drawn to it. He sees the courage, the independence, and the refusal to shrink yourself or dim your light for someone else's comfort. That woman doesn't chase attention. She earns admiration, not because she's the flashiest in the room, but because she's the most real. Confidence in your style becomes your signature. It's the difference between wearing a dress and owning the room in that dress. It's the difference between copying someone else's look and creating one that tells your story. When you trust yourself enough to express who you are, rather than who you think you should be, that's when real attraction happens. Because what men really want isn't perfection. It's presence, personality, and that deep-rooted certainty that says, I belong to myself first. When that kind of confidence walks into a room, everything else becomes secondary. It's not about the brand, the fit, or the price tag. It's about the energy of a woman who's not dressing to be seen. She's dressing because she already sees herself. At the end of the day, it's not just about what you wear. It's about the energy behind it. A bare shoulder, a soft scent, a touch of lace, or the way your favorite outfit hugs your figure. None of these things matter on their own. What makes them magnetic is the intention behind them, the confidence, the emotional awareness, the quiet message you're sending without saying a word. Men aren't captivated by skin alone, or fashion labels, or perfect hair. They're drawn to the woman who wears every detail with purpose, who knows the value of subtlety, who understands the impact of presence, and who owns her beauty without needing permission. When a woman is aligned with who she is, her scent, her softness, her silhouette, her spark, she becomes unforgettable, not just seen but felt. And that's the kind of allure that doesn't fade.